Singapore Tonight, I'm Genevieve Wu. The Labour movement is going to do all it can to keep a job layoff the level last seen during the Asian financial crisis in 1998. Analysts have said that Singapore could see unemployment hit a 20-year high in 2009. Pearl Foss finds out just how the Labour movement plans to prove analysts wrong with the key performance indicators set out at its annual Work Plan seminar.
Up to 51 million jobs are expected to be lost globally this year. But the Labour movement says Singapore can try and beat the odds to avoid exceeding the high unemployment rate of 5.2% recorded in 2003.
As a Labour movement, we refuse to give in to the odds without putting in our very best effort from the Labour movement and from our tripartite partners.
To keep unemployment low, the Labour movement has made these 4 commitments. To fulfill the first commitment, it says it will intensely cut costs and workers increase productivity. Mr. Lim says the recent jobs credit scheme announced that some multinationals to relook retrenchment. Says the government will be forthcoming with more help for companies if the situation continues to worsen. Mr. Lim also called on workers to build an understanding with employers.
Both parties are under a lot of stress. So when we're under stress, I think there's a moment of union leaders, some management, under stress, they ended up divided. Some union leaders, some companies were under stress, under heat. The heat actually bond them together even stronger.
On the worker front, the Labour movement says it will ramp up its efforts to help workers reskill and upskill. Already, 170 companies and 7,800 workers have committed to the Skills Upgrading and Resilience or SPUR program. Singapore has already seen retrenchments in the electronics, chemicals, precision engineering and services sector. But Mr. Lim says the key concern of the Labour movement is structural unemployment because there are new jobs being created in the healthcare, tourism, construction and public sectors. And the country is expected to receive at least $10 billion worth of investments from foreign companies this year. The key challenge is to retrain retrenched workers for these jobs. And with migrant workers expected to form the bulk of workers retrenched here, NTUC will work with the Singapore National Employers Federation to set up a contact centre for them. This will offer such workers another place to turn to besides the Manpower Ministry.